Welcome to part 2 of our jQuery selectors video, and in this video we'll just be getting a little bit deeper into how we can combine selectors to change specific elements. So on my web page, let me add another section here. So let's throw in another break. Okay, so we currently have a paragraph with an ID of Mark. So let us add in some list items. And I hope you don't mind, I'll just copy and paste to make this a little bit quicker. To this item 3. And let me just copy this list a couple more times. Okay. So let's give our first list an ID and we can call it Mark. I'm gonna give some of these elements some similar ID and class names just to show you how we can bypass selecting all elements with the same ID and select only the exact element that we really need. So let's give this an ID of Mark and actually let's give this one a class of Mark also. Alright, so let's save this. Fresh. Alright, so we have our list items. So let's jump into our jQuery. Alright, so let us see here. Let us select all the LIs of our unordered list. So in order to do that, we can specify UL, LI, CSS, yellow. And I hope you don't mind me using so much yellow. You can use whichever color you please, and if you want to get specific with your coloring, you can always jump on CSS on a CSS website and see the different color codes that they have available for you to use. You can plug those in right in this second argument. Next, let's do some more. Alright, so this is going to, let me just make comments as I go along. This is going to highlight all list items inside the unordered list elements. Let's just save that and check it out. Okay. Background yellow. I'm not sure what happened there. So now it's loading our background color now. All right. So next, I want to highlight, let's spell this correctly. Next, I want to only highlight list item elements inside our unordered list with the ID of Mark. So let's highlight elements inside unordered list with ID Mark. And of course, we're gonna have to combine some selectors here. So of course, we want our unordered list first, and because this is an ID, of course, we'll need our pound, and the name of our ID is Mark, and we want all list items inside that unordered list. So we're going to change the CSS, and we're going to give it a background of red. So let's save this and check it out. All right. So even though it's already setting all the list items background to yellow, we have now specified that our unordered list with the ID of Mark should have a background of red. Okay, so now let's do something with our class, unordered list class. So now we want to highlight li elements inside the UL with class of Mark. All right, so we'll do this. Select, of course, you guessed it. We need UL, and now we need a dot since we're referencing our class. Dot mark, and we want all list items. Let's add CSS, and this time let's give it a background of green. Save that. Fresh. All right. So you see, we now are selecting our three different sections here. What if I wanted to select a specific section of one of our list items? We could achieve this simply. We can just simply add a span in here. So with the span element, it allows us to do so many little neat things. We can just select specific sections of our HTML. So let's put this item 2 inside of a span. And now we're gonna try to select this span element. So let's save this, come back to our jQuery, and now this time we're going to highlight only the span element inside our UL with ID of Mark. And in order to do this, we can select ID Mark, and we need the span that's inside this section. And let's change that CSS background, and let's do a pink. Let's see if that works. Let's save this and come and refresh our document. And of course, we see that our span now has a pink highlight. So here you see how easy it is just by chaining together some elements and class selectors, how easy it is to pinpoint specific sections of your HTML document. All right, so I just want to jump into a few more selectors and so we can wrap this section up on selectors. So let me add a paragraph. And we're going to add a hyperlink. So we need a href, and let's just say we want https google.com. Let's close out that a tag. I don't think this is necessary. Right, let's leave it. Let's give this another attribute here. So you know, with links we can always give it a target of blank, and what this means is it will simply load this web page in the same page. Right, sorry, no, not in the same page. Target blank will load this web page in a different tab. There we go. So let's save that and refresh this document. And of course, we're not seeing it here. Oh, they wouldn't specify a name for this hyperlink. So let's save that, refresh, go to Google, click on Google, and it takes us to a different tab. Okay, let's add a space here. So if I wanted to select this link using this target, similarly to how we selected using the type, so we can select element with target attribute. So now we need to select our A tag. So it's going to be A, open up our curly braces, and of course we're going to write our syntax the same way we have it inside our browser or inside our HTML document. Target blank, .css, and which color haven't we used it? Let's say purple. Save this and refresh. Aha. So now our background is purple, and that's not very readable. So let us change it. Let's change it to a gray. Okay. So there we have it. We have selected this document or this hyperlink. Okay, so finally, let's add a table to our document, and we'll be selecting some rows from our table. So let's add in a break right here, and let's whip together a table table. And of course, you know, we have our table head and table body. So we need T, table head, and our body. So T, body. So if you remember the structure of a table, it's all comprised of rows. So we need our first row, and our table headings are going to be number. And I'm just going to copy and paste to make this process a bit quicker. So it's going to be number, name, and email. Okay, so in our table body, let's add in our first row. TD for table data. So let's add in some records here. So this is going to be 1. So the name is going to be John Carter. And this is jc@gmail.com. All right, so let's copy 2 more rows. Okay, there we go. So let's change the name here. Let's have Sandy@gmail, and let's have Rebecca. That's John's sister. And let's give her a Yahoo email. So let's just save our table and let's just check it out. Okay, so we have our table, and it would be nice to have some borders in our table. So let's give our table a border of 1. So let's save that and let's check it out. Okay, so that's better. All right, so looking at my web page, let's just add a little bit of padding to this web page, and I'll be using my CSS style sheet for that. So I'm just going to select everything on my web page. Of course, star means select all, and let's give this a padding. Let's give it a padding of 5 pixels. Let's save that. Come back. Okay. Let's give it a little bit more. Let's say about 10. Okay. All right. So now let's look at how we can select some different rows in our table. So we can, in jQuery, we can select based on odd or even. So let's do that. Let's give our odd rows a specific styling or color, and let's give our even rows a different color. So let's come in here. So let's put highlight table rows, or highlight odd table rows, and let us select using, we can select using our TR. So of course our TR is our table row, and we can say TR, and we want to select all table rows appearing at odd places. So you can select by even or odd, and let's change the CSS color. Let's change the background to orange. Let's save that and see. Okay, right, so all table rows appearing in an odd space, it's going to highlight orange. And let us do, copy this. Let's copy this whole section. So now we want to highlight even table rows, so we select TR even. And let's give this yellow. Save it. Okay, and there we go. We're selecting based on odd and even. Okay. Alright, so the last thing I will do, let's do a little bit more with our form. Let's simply and one thing I want to specify with this colon selector, what it does, it will select all elements that come after this colon. So all elements that are even or all elements that are odd. In this instance, let us select our form. So if I wanted to select all our input, all the sections of our form that have a type of text, I'd be able to select them using the colon selector. So we do that, we can select our form and we can say colon text. So all elements in our form with a text, type of text, will be selected. Of course, and we can do a CSS. Give it a background of blue. Okay, so our padding finally decided to load. Let's change this back to about 5, like I initially had. Okay, so I guess it will take a while to update. Text. So we'll definitely have to comment this section out as it's highlighting that text form as yellow. So let's do form text, background color yellow, and this time it should work. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Form. We're selecting all fields with text. Make sure they're commented out. This. Alright. Alright. Let's add another section, another text field. Copy. Let's just add a text field called ID. ID number, type equal text. Save this. Okay, so you can see here that all the text fields will now be selected once we're using our colon selector in jQuery. All right, so I believe that's a wrap. That's pretty much it on selectors. In our next video, we will start taking a look at jQuery events. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.